Hello, Wildcats, and thanks for joining us today as we welcome Desireé Reed-Francois. She's the new athletic director at the University of Arizona. She'll be here full-time starting the first week of March, and we're all excited about that. And Desireé, welcome. I know just in your 24 hours here on campus already, I can sense your excitement as well. So welcome to the U of A.
Thank you very much. I am very excited. I cannot wait to get here and get started.
So you are a California native, was a rower at UCLA. We'll ask about that in a minute, but most importantly, a law degree from the University of Arizona. So take us back to your years here in Tucson.
I started in 1994 at the College of Law. It was an incredible experience. The deans and the professors were just wonderful, and they actually even let me do a semester where I got to go work at the NFL and at the Management Council, and Professor Maue was my faculty sponsor for that research project. But it was just a really incredible time, and I'm forever thankful for the College of Law and the University of Arizona.
You were here in 1997 when the Wildcats won the National Basketball Championship, and so you were part of the celebration here. What was that night like?
It was incredible. I will never forget seeing Coach Olson cut down that net and hearing one shining moment, and it just, it was so special. Like the entire state celebrated Wildcat basketball, and and that's what we want to do here, right? We know we've done it before. Let's do it again. And comprehensive excellence should be our standard. This is a really, really special place, and I'm grateful to be a part.
Dr. Robbins characterized you as a world-class administrator, and you've done some great things. You've been an AD at UNLV, at Missouri. You worked at other schools around the country. So what led you, Desireé, into athletic administration?
Well, it was actually a pink building. There were a couple of forces, but it was a pink building at the University of California. I wanted to be the first female GM in the NFL, and then my brother had a football accident, and I decided that wasn't where my heart was. I was studying for the bar, and he was going to Cal, and he's in a wheelchair, and so he didn't at the time have an electric chair, he had a push chair. So I would push him to his classes, and then I would go study for the bar, and then I'd go pick him up, take him to the next class. And one day, there was like a 4-hour block of time that I had, and I just had some free time, and I'm walking on Fulton Avenue, and there's this peaches pink building, and it was the athletic department. And I felt very comfortable there, or in athletic departments, and so I just wandered in, and I asked if they needed any internship help. And I remember his name was Dan Coonan, and he said, well, what can you do? And I said, well, he said, can you do an EADA report? I'm like, I graduated from law school, and he said, can you do that report? And I said, oh, absolutely. I had no idea what an EADA report was, but that's what started my path in college athletics, and it's been 25 incredible years.
Well, you know Tucson, and this is a great community, and it surrounds the University of Arizona. Everything seems to rotate around the U of A, and you're coming from a similar community in Columbia, Missouri. Do you see kind of the same, I guess, atmosphere that you see in Columbia that you see in Tucson?
Absolutely. You can just tell that people care about the university, and they care about the University of Missouri and Columbia, and Tucson embraces. I know how Tucson embraces the Wildcats, so it makes it really special. I love being in a small college town, and although Tucson is growing, and Tucson has all sorts of incredible opportunities, but it's so special. My husband and I are really excited about it.
And I'll ask about your husband. In fact, let's do it right now. So Josh is your husband, Jackson's your son. They are great supporters of you and excited about this move as well. So let's start with Jackson, your son, because he plays basketball at Missouri right now.
He does. He is a sophomore basketball player. He's a guard, and he's that young man that makes others around him better. He's a great student, and I'm incredibly proud of him. He has a game tonight, and so I appreciate everybody allowing us to have the press conference a little earlier so we could hop on a plane and get him home in time for his game. And then my husband, Josh, was a walk-on basketball player at UC Davis. He works from home, and he's telecommuted before even the pandemic. And so it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey.
All right, so I asked you earlier about becoming an athletic administrator, but you were a college athlete as well. How much influence did that have on your career, and how does that help you connect with today's student athletes?
I just love students. I genuinely, that is such a special time in a young person's life, and they're so full of optimism, and it's just a true privilege to be able to be a part in work in higher education. In athletics, like I mentioned earlier, I've played every sport growing up, from soccer to swimming to softball to track and rowing, and sports is a way for me to be able to compete, and it's okay. So I love athletics. It makes me who I am. I don't know how to do anything else. I don't really have any hobbies other than my job and my family. So I'm kind of simple, although I am toying with the idea of this triathlon. I did a marathon, the Marine Corps marathon, during the bye week in Missouri, and during Missouri's bye week, and the Marine Corps marathon was in Washington, D.C. And I loved it, and I thought, well, maybe I'm going to try a triathlon. And so I was so excited to hear we have triathlon.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. That's really exciting.
It will not be a spectator sport.
Okay,
Let me just be clear.
Okay, all right. Desireé, there are challenges in college athletics. I mean, every school from coast to coast has challenges between conference realignment, NIL, and you name it. But at the same time, and I sense it from you, there's this great excitement about college athletics. Where are we right now in terms of just the broad scope of college athletics, and where are we headed?
It's an exciting time. We can either see these challenges and say, oh goodness, this is horrible. It's not like it was before, and blah, 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 blah. Or we could say, hey, this is an opportunity. And when we have opportunities, let's seize the competitive advantage. And that's the approach I like to take, whether it was at Mizzou, at UNLV, and now at Arizona. That's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out, okay, where are the opportunities for us? And the University of Arizona really trained me for this. As an attorney, one thing that we do is we're able to spot issues and hopefully solve problems and hopefully see around the corner. And I certainly don't have all the answers, but I'm going to listen to people. I have a pretty good understanding of the national landscape. I came from the Southeastern Conference, and we had an incredible commissioner, Commissioner Greg Sankey. And so now I'm looking forward to joining the Big 12 and being a part of that national conversation. But now is the opportunity for us to help shape what college athletics can and should be. Let's put our collective heads together and link arms and do just that, because this enterprise is so incredibly worth it. This enterprise, you were at the press conference today and you saw there were student athletes there, and we owe it to each and every one of them to put our best foot forward and blaze that trail, if you will. So I'm excited about the opportunity. It will be a lot of work, but the one thing that I know is that Wildcats work hard. That's what we're going to do.
All right. I noticed as we walk across campus, you stopped to meet everyone you saw there. How important is that communication and knowing not just the student athletes, but the students on campus?
I love that. That's the best part of what we do. Students bring this vibrancy and this energy. And I got a text from one of my students at Mizzou who runs this group called the Antlers, and they are this raucous group. They go to basketball games, and he texted me a really kind text, and I hope I'm going to get a chance to see them before I leave. But that's the best part of what we do. And in the end, this is a people business. The results are great, and to build a championship culture, it has to start with your people. We have to believe in one another, believe in where we're going, and believe in the overall just how we're going to do it. And then we're going to execute with a high level of attention to detail, and then constantly evolve. And that's the best part of what we do.
Desireé, Tucson is excited to have you here.
Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to some great years ahead. And so thank you for joining the University of Arizona. Thank you for Josh and Jackson coming along. I know it's going to be a great run.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.